What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Don. Keep it going, Charles. Oh, back out with another video. My bad, y'all. Kind of hot box today. Gotta re up. Gotta get some more weed. Probably be a minute, so I'm just gonna have to fast without it for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's your boy Don. Keep it going, Charles. Back out with another video. You know what I'm saying? I told you I was gonna try to stay consistent. I'm trying. I'm just trying to, bro. I'm trying to stay consistent with the videos. Upload more videos and stuff, and editing and stuff. I probably gotta delete a few stuff, make some room. I got a few other devices, like I said in my last video. My last video, I said I got other devices that I gotta currently charge, fix up on, or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna get better equipment, save up some money. Have a job, get this car, take care of everything. I mean, I do like shooting videos like this too. It's more simpler, especially when you got the app. If you know how to, it's just more simpler. You know what I'm saying? But it is pretty cool to do it on desktop because you get a lot of different stuff you can do on the desktop that you sometimes can't do on the phone. But other than that, let's get right into the video, bro. Like I said, follow, like, subscribe at your boy Don. Keep it going, Charles. Today I'm just gonna be talking about like living in the country, bro. Oh my god. Yes, I'm gonna have to go there. Now this is a disclaimer. This is not a disrespect. This is not disrespect because I grew up in and out the country. I grew up in the city and in the country. I went back and forth my whole life, so I got best of both worlds. I was able to go out to other parts, you know what I'm saying? Or I'll say this, what is considered to be the country, you know what I'm saying? Because really down south is it's considered country, bro. But it's the I speak on certain things. I say a lot of things and stuff like that. I try to say the right things with opinions and facts or whatever. But it's and if you guys haven't watched my last videos, I always talk about like sometimes being in the hood and this and that, and you know what I'm saying, or the situation in the hood, memories and shit like that took place. You know, at that time back in the day or whatever. I will say this though. Being a country is different too. It has its own perks about it. Just the other day, bro. I shit you not, and I just found out today. Just the other day, you know what I'm saying? I think it was a couple days ago. I probably was like, I can't remember. I don't know if I was smoking, and I can't remember if I smoked before or after. You know, my sister's already in the house. You know what I'm saying? We just came back from somewhere, a trip, and me and her fiance or her boyfriend or whatever, fiance, I guess, fiance. We're standing outside trying to get like shit in the house, in the groceries. Bro, when I say I heard the weirdest, loudest fucking scream, it was scary as fuck. Low key, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, gang. As y'all can see in the other few videos, y'all know that my grandparents got some land, a little bit of land, and a little bit of garden. You add extra shit to that, opportunity, Mother Nature, bro. Cause where I live at, it's almost like a jungle-like area. And I shit you not, when I said that thing, that sound or whatever that cat, whatever it was, it made a loud screeching noise in it. And I was like, what the fuck did y'all hear? That just freaked me the fuck out. I was tripping and shit. And my sister's fiance was like, yeah, that kind of fucked with my head too, whatever. Come to find out today, my sister asked one of her coworkers at work at the weed plant, he said, yeah, that was a bobcat. And at first I was like, I knew it was like a mountain lion. The conversation went, okay, we got inside the house, the trailer. We talked about this, what the scream was, and I was like, that's probably like I had mentioned, I was like, I had mentioned something about, there's sometimes bobcats and mountain lions that come through here, because I've seen it before. When my grandmother used to, well, still does, she goes in the garden, once upon a time, one ran up on her, you know what I'm saying? She had to call her husband out with a gun or whatever. And my sister's fiance was like, "Yeah, I think that was a bobcat, you know what I'm saying, or a mountain or something." It was something. So my sister asked one of her coworkers at a job at her job, at the weed plant. He's probably a hunter, or he probably just knows his way around. Knows his animal nature and shit. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Yeah, that was a bobcat." And once my sister told me that, I was like, "Holy shit, bro! This is crazy. Like, this is what it's like being back in the country, folks. Nigga, you have to be careful out here, bro. Some areas of the country is really bold without trees, and some places in the country, whether it's the South, Midwest, it's real jungle like areas that you gotta be careful in, because man, just the deers alone, that'll tell you, because deers will let you know when they're what they're running from, or if they're just standing still, that means they're comfortable. They're just eating their little food, or they're just staring at you. They'll feel some type of way towards you. Because I remember last winter, there was a deer right in front of me in my girlfriend's window in an apartment. We sit on a lower level, like literally right at our window, bro. I was cooking us like some steaks or some shit. I did throw the leftovers out on the side for the deers. The next day they shit a lot, and more came back, bro, and was having babies and shit. It was pretty awesome. But you really gotta be careful out here, bro. Niggas, this country ass shit, bro. Yes, man, you gotta be careful, bro. The heat, goddamn bobcats, goddamn elephants, lions and shit. Man, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. And then where I'm at is like it's open field opportunity. So I see beavers, rabbits, raccoons, squirrels. You know what I'm saying? But every now and then you'll get especially with us having a garden over here, it draws more animals. So if the animals are going back getting caught, that mountain lion or bobcat's gonna find out its main source where they're all coming from or whatever. And it draws animals and creatures and says all type of shit, bro. It just does. That's what gardens do. You know what I'm saying? That's what the earth does. See, down south in Alabama, I had to deal with mosquitoes like this big. I shit you not. In training, when it would get hot during MMA, because I was training in MMA my senior year of high school in Alabama too. So, and when we would leave the door open, sometimes you get these motherfucking 8-foot ass mosquitoes, wings about big as a dragon and shit, and it'd just be probably laying there dead on the side. Either got smashed or it was just too hot for them, too hot for the humidity or whatever. That's how hot it was down there. I ain't gonna lie to you. And then the lizards and geckos and stuff like that. Crazy, bro. It's crazy work. Um, I just watched a video on Scotty Ryan's. He was upset about the fact that Illinois they were trying to push for, like, they're basically trying to veto this bill to where the bill could rewild exotic dangerous animals. Now I don't got a problem with exotic animals. Don't get me wrong, but why the hell would the state allow a such thing takes place for people to rewild animals into the state of Illinois? You still realize people live in Illinois, bro. There's countryside. It ain't just Chicago and Schaumburg or whatever, or Wisconsin. It ain't just it ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's still a country, little Midwest town, a Midwest state, or a big Midwest state. Actually, it's a big ass Midwest state. Why would you rewild so many exotic, domesticated animals there? They're talking about black bears, wolves. They let this shit happen, bro. And the dude was speaking on it. He was like, "Bro, I don't want nothing to happen to my children no more, or the parents, or grandparents and family members." He said he didn't want jack shit happening to his kids and his family, and he didn't even care if the animal was 200 yards away. Those type of animals, so they are beautiful animals, but at the end of the day, you breed so many exotic, dangerous alpha animals, bro. I mean, I don't know, bro. That's just pretty crazy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like bringing species of spiders to a place where it's known to have notorious spiders, why would you bring another species of spider into a mixed breed when it could possibly do some crazy shit? You know what I'm saying? That's actually a thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta be careful out here, bro. Especially if you're trying to get rid of the spiders. I don't know. You know what I'm just saying, for example. But yeah, I said, God damn. When she told me that, I said, and then another thing is like, even though you're in the country sometimes, now that like my sister's pregnant and everything, we're getting our shit changed, like our doors changed or whatever, thankfully. She's gonna get something done about it. I'm trying to help her too. But you really not I mean you do wanna watch out for people. You do want to keep your doors locked. You want to keep your doors locked because it ain't just people you gotta worry about. It's fucking animals you gotta worry about too, bro. I've seen one before, bro. Actually, run across my grandparents' garden, bro. It's crazy. They are big and fast, bro. If you're not in shape or don't have your nearest farm equipment next to you or a gun on you, carrying license, carrying concealed carry on you, and you're out in the middle of open wild, bro. Technically, especially in the Midwest and in cornfields, that's right up their alley, bro. Come on, bro. You gotta be careful. Have to be careful out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, in the city, you do gotta worry about like the shootings and the violence, and sometimes to a degree, you don't have to be around it. You can move away from it. I don't mean it's gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? But you come to the country, bro. It's a whole different ball game, bro. Deers get hit, but shit, when humans just walk up out and about, just a little exercise or stroll the street to get something from the store, whatever. It just be, boy, you don't know what the fuck you're gonna run into, bro. A fucking deer, Godzilla, a bear, a Komodo dragon, uh, mosquitoes, raccoons. I had raccoons run up on me before, bro. But that was in the city, though. That was a different kind of raccoons. Raccoons out here, you just stop and look at them. You just let them be. They're just, you know what I'm saying? It's a country. They can always have something, find something to eat. You know what I'm saying? There's always plenty of food and insects and all that shit. But it's just, when they get country big too, oh my God, bro. Just shit. I remember my grandfather like a month ago. It was a couple of raccoons in this tree, because like I said, they got a nice tree that hover over their place. They got like a little land, garden, food, a little bit of all that stuff going on. But when you got too many animals and the worst kinds, sometimes when you got important stuff on your property, raccoons will tear through your shit and cats. You know what I'm saying? But I found out when the cat was one of the raccoons doing that shit. Man, when I said I was down in the basement, I heard the door open, close and open. Douche. I'm like, okay. Well, not that sound. And boom, like the door sound or something. And close. Whatever. I don't know. Shit. I heard something. I went upstairs. I was gonna go outside, really to smoke, but I said I was gonna go check on my cat. I would do that too. I ain't gonna lie. I come outside and the raccoon shitted all over himself. His back, his brain blown out, and it was like a little pellet. But had he not took care of the situation, I ain't gonna lie, bro, it could have drawn in more species and tear up his trees and his car. It's everything, bro. I ain't gonna lie. She probably should tranquilize it and dropped it off somewhere. I ain't gonna lie, gang, but it is what it is. Murk the shit out of it. That's the country for you. People eat the side shit on the side of the road sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. There's different types of stereotypes. But yeah, man, growing up my whole life, you know what I'm saying? I've always been used to the city, but I've always been around the country too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really new to this shit. I'm not really new to that. So nothing really. Not. Yeah, you gotta be careful, bro. This country should get country as fuck, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. If you plan on moving to the country, be ready for the weather, be ready for the animals, be ready for the insects, the sun. You know what I'm saying? I'm a winter type of person. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, yes, I went back and forth to the country and the city my whole entire life, but I'm more of a city kid, or I guess, if it's considered, whatever it's considered. I don't know. Um, yeah, we see those type. I ain't gonna lie, like I've seen once again. I'm not gonna lie, nature always takes its course any and everywhere. I'm used to dealing with like damn near mountains and snow and buildings and shit. Uh, I would also go out and exercise sometimes. That's how I was able to see some of these animals. Seen lots of deers, a lot of deers back when I stayed in the city, like on 79th. There's like a park over there you can go run at. Big ass park too. Big, real nice. It's real nice. It's huge, bro. I don't know what it looks like. I mean, I do know what it looks like today. I know some of it one like back in 2015, 2016. If you know, you know, bro. Dan Ryan. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. If you grew up there, if you grew up in the city, you passed Dan Ryan. If you know, you know. But there'd be times where I would go up there and I would go for a run. Back when I was on my like taking care of my body, taking care of my health, and like I was training and because at one point I was really really overweight, and it kind of made me feel some type of way, like kind of fake depressed. So the first thing I did in the hood, where I would leave all out all in the neighborhood, damn near be on the cross side of town, and I go to the park every single day faithfully, and I run every single day, bro. And I started just losing weight, losing weight. That was back in like 2015, 2016. I got too comfortable. And when my OG had moved to the other apartments and shit, you know, busted ass, roach infested. I'm glad we moved. I'm glad we made a change in our life. And because it wasn't a forever thing, thankfully, but it was just something I had to just experience. But anyway, and it's not like we didn't take. It's not like we wasn't taking care of. We was actually taking care of it, bro. It's just hard, like I said, from the country even to the city sometimes, where you got more restaurants around you, you got more alleyways, gangways, you got all type of shit, sewages, you got all types of kind of shit, animals, insects, bugs, you know. But I would go to the park every day, and sometimes you would see wolves, and sometimes the pest control or animal control, it would be one or two. They'd just be sitting up there sometimes a week, just sometimes for a week, because there was reporting sightings of like wolves and mountain lions and shit. I remember that shit, bro. Exactly the animals that I said that came out of my mouth, bro. I mean, we ain't in Africa. We not over in motherfucking Australia. We right here in America, bro. I've seen this shit even in the city, bro. So that's why I'm saying, like, man, you gotta be careful, because the one thing that's not really talked about is like when we have our kids play in the backyard, or our loved ones who are elder, you know what I'm saying, and they don't know what's going on around them, but what they're doing in that situation. You got a motherfucking big ass bear or an animal running up across you trying to snatch your shit for a piece of food, because territory. You know what I'm saying, and it's primal nature. Humans have that too, but we also we're gifted with like consciousness. You know what I'm saying, having consciousness. Um, but humans get very primal instinct too, you know what I'm saying, in certain ways. But animals, they're like that. It's not even an auto thing, it's by nature, bro. There's their primal instinct, bro. So what they do is not wrong to them, you know what I'm saying? How we feel and think about it, you know. They're just animals. Big ass animals. Same ones from prehistoric man hit on earth type shit, bro. Um, You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta be careful, man. Like I said, I don't mind the country, bro. I'm thinking about going back to the city for. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care for the heat and shit, bro. Like I said, I'm more of a snow person. But man, bro, I remember we was going to the state fair, bro. I threw a whole fit, man. Oh my god, bro. And to be fair, I was full because we ate a whole thing of golden corral, so I have my body full of food and heat. And we going to the state fair, walking halfway down the mile to get in this big ass place, and it's like, oh my god. But we ended up not going, not only because of me, but it was $20 ticket a pop, like 20, 30 some dollar ticket, bro. That was like, nah, bro. Maybe when we got a little extra shit, extra stuff, you know what I'm saying? But heck, nah, bro. But it was just so goddamn hot and so many mosquitoes and sweat bugs and sweat, you know. There's all that, bro. There's a lot of that, you know. You know what I'm saying? People ain't just dealing with gang members in Chicago. You gotta deal with animals too, man. Motherfucker be lurking in the motherfucking preserves, and you just never know. You never know, bro. You got to be careful out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I said, bro, it's crazy, gang. Cause like I said, Scotty Ryan, the dude who does like I'm gonna try and put a short video of him in this video. I'm gonna try to see how much I can get or whatever. But yeah, man, you just shit, man. I'm just stay prayed up, man. You know, my last name is Crockett. You know what I'm saying? So I'm probably related to David Crockett, the king of frontiersmen. You know, legend, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a few before him, but you know, I ain't gonna get into all that. You know what I'm saying? This shit, this is what the Native Americans dealt with, bro. That's what the Native Americans dealt with, bro. They was out here. The Native Americanos, you know, they was out here. They was really out here. And I seen my last name on the Chickasaw Cherokee, you know, part of the 5 tribes, the 5 nations, or something like that. I don't know. I don't get too much into it. I know I got ancestors from Dumas. I know I got ancestors from the Rat, ancestors from the Memphis. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them just seem to be Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? And just happen to mix with, indentured black workers, not slaves. You can't be a slave unless you're a European, bro. I'm sorry, but you know that's where the word comes from. Slave, Slavic. Uh, even a guy I follow from Chicago, he's a teacher, but his family's Greek. You know what I'm saying? He all for the bullshit. Like he'll really teach you some shit. Like he'll tell you, yeah, like my people were enslaved the longest than anybody else were on this planet. You know what I'm saying? If you look at history, bro, I'm just saying, like, if you just look at history, bro, it was practiced throughout time. You know what I'm saying? So much that a book was called the Bible, and now based off what the Bible says and whatever case may be, or what happened, we call it, or what happened in the past, we call it biblical times type shit. You know, I don't know, but anyway, I've seen my last name on that Crockett. I seen that shit on what's called. I seen yeah. That's probably who taught Davy Crockett how to be a frontiersman. The Indians. He came in contact with, you know, some of the French did more deals with Native Americans than the English could. That's it, man, bro. But yeah, motherfuckers out here fighting bears and shit, bro. Oh man, I'm ready for this shit. God damn. God damn. But after hearing that shit and all that other extra shit, I'm just like I said, I don't know why the state of Illinois would do that because Illinois is certainly by landmass. It's really not far from each. Illinois and Missouri is not far from each other at all, bro. Like whatsoever, bro. Meaning that things can travel and lots of them can come and go as they please. Um, he said, "I don't want my dogs getting attacked, man. I don't want that shit." I was laughing, bro. With this dude here, bro. No, but the situation is that So I think I'm just gonna work. I'm just gonna just finally get my concealed carry and just, you know what I'm saying, get my own little land too. You know what I'm saying, get my own little piece of land. Um, I want to, like I said, I do want to go back to the city though. But this country shit, I ain't gonna lie, man. This shit out here, boy. Yeah, boy. That shit I tell boy. It crazy shit. Let me stop, bro. For real. That shit crazy, bro. And I already got a travel house halfway across town anyway. Praying to God that me and my sister don't see a deer in sight because we got too much shit going on as it is. So to be dealing with animals right now, bro, and motherfucking bobcats and lions and shit knocking on your door talking about some animals and yogurt and shit, bro. Boy, they finna dip my ass in motherfucking mustard, bro. Shit. You know, they finna, oh man. Shit. So I hope that, and you know, bears can open doors too, so I hope I don't see any bears out here. They know how to open shit, go through shit. They the biggest shiesties ones, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know why the state of Illinois would allow that bill to pass, like rewilding wolves, mountain lions, um, bobcat, or just a whole bunch of exotic animals. Why would they do that? You know what I'm saying? Knowing that there's still millions of people that live in that state, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yes, there's a lot of land out that way, especially southern Illinois. There's a lot more land. And there's a lot of small dying towns and people realize. But don't make the situation worse just letting fucking random animals outbreeding the whole state. That's what's gonna happen next, bro. You know what I'm saying? Exotic animals, bro. Like that's and it happened. It was last year. And dude was pushing like no one and like why bring these animals here? Why can't y'all do that in Montana or Wyoming or Wisconsin? Why here in Illinois? You know what I'm saying? There's so many people who live close to each other, not just in the city, but shit, man. And like I said, there's so much land here. You know, shit. You know, it's almost like they're just putting random animals in here and rebreeding them here just to eat fucking people, bro. Less people in the state or some shit. I don't know, bro. Shit's crazy, dog. Speaking of dogs, man, I got bit by a fucking dog. Last year, I got bit by a dog on my hand, bro. Turned my shit into a pork chop. Now, this German Shepherd was probably about, and it only understood Spanish, you know. So my girlfriend's dog, my girlfriend white as usual. You know what I'm saying? Told her no, it's not a good idea. He's already overly grown. He'll take up half your cousin's apartment. They already got animals there alone. No, bro, no. Mm-mm. But I got bit by a dog. It was a German Shepherd, and he turned my shit into a fucking potato pork chop. You know what I'm saying? Shit swelled up really, really big. And he was probably about 140, probably 150 pound German Shepherd. More than that, he could take up this front seat, this window, and that whole back seat. That's how long he was, dog. He took up a whole back seat. Not my sister, my girlfriend. She had like a little Chevrolet, I think. Chevrolet's almost this size, I believe. Without this back here, this thing would be in the middle, he'd take up this whole back, and his head would reach halfway up here, bro. I shit you not, bro. But my girlfriend, um, who's in Iowa now, her best friend right now. Her girlfriend, not girl, well, girlfriend as in friend. Her girlfriend friend, whatever, is she's a Latina, and her parents are Latinos. So this dog only understood Spanish. He didn't understand really, I mean, German or Latin. I mean, I don't know what's the difference, but their type of Spanish, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And the dog only understood a certain type of Spanish. And they tell us that when we finally get there to the house and shit. I'm like, oh my god, bro. So yeah, no go on that, bro. But yeah, man, you just gotta be careful with these dogs, these animals. Be careful smoking outside, just chilling outside, barbecuing, because it can draw animals, bro. You gotta be careful with this shit for real, bro. This shit ain't nothing to fuck around with, bro. This shit's really dead. Dead ass, bro. Shit. Uh, For real, bro. For real, for real. Um, for real, for real. Well, yeah, this your boy at Keep It Going, Charles. Well, follow, like, subscribe. Like I said, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna drop more videos. I'm gonna do the best I can. You know, what I'm saying, I'm gonna just upload more videos. But yeah, it's just my little experience, man. Shit, I miss being in the city sometimes, but it does have its perks, and peaks out here in the country. It's kind of comfortable, you know what I'm saying. But you gotta watch your back with animals, man, and people too. But man, shit, don't lack on them animals, bro. Some jungle shit, bro. Jungle.